Sorry, my bad. Hi, hello, people. How you doing? I hope everyone's fit and well. This is a review show from the Forest game. It ended Nottingham Forest 1, Stoke 1. And I brought the usual suspects in. How you doing, Stephen?
Yo, doing good.
How you doing, Dylan?
Better now we're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought yesterday I got a message from a guy. And he's from both of us. And his name's Chris. How you doing?
All right, yeah, you're all right.
Yeah, he's speaking.
I'm actually from Dudley. Well, live round in Dudley now, so which is the West Midlands.
Okay. Like I said, he messaged me yesterday, and he said he really enjoyed my show. So I thought, you know what, bring him on and have a little talk about Forest. And here he is now. But we talk about today's game and ended Forest 1, Stoke 1, and as Dylan said, Nottingham Forest are now safe. Another year in the Championship next season. And how is everyone feeling about the safety? And I'll start with you, Stephen. How are you feeling about Forest are now officially safe?
Yeah, well, we can actually relax now in the last two games, can we? We kind of limped over the line, really, didn't we? After losing at Huddersfield last week, I thought, oh, great, here we go. But the Burnham game, I think, kind of sealed it in a sense. I think that late penalty kind of. But today, I'm just glad we're safe now. I hope he plays some of the fringe players now in the last two games. I hope Colback, Embasau, a few boys get a run out now, see what they can do. Because I was surprised today that the starting lineup, I honestly thought he'd start with some fringe players, but got the job done. So happy days.
Dylan, how are you feeling about Forest being safe?
Relieved. You know what I've been like. I've been messaging you for the past few weeks.
He's been messaging this way. People, and getting Dylan. He's been messaging saying Forest will get relegated. Dylan, we have not got relegated. We are now safe. So can you stop messaging me about Forest will get relegated under Hooton? All right? Just I thought I'd get out there.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, but you know, the thing is, it's Forest. Do you know what I mean? Last season we had 1 point to get in 3 games, and we fluffed that. So I just had a feeling, but can sleep better now.
So like I said, it's Chris's debut on my new channel. And Chris, how you been? How you felt about Forest season so far with ups and downs?
To be honest with you, I thought we've played some good football at times. Majority of times been very poor, lack of direction. Look like they haven't. Neither of them have had a clue, apart from, say, Worrell and one of my favourites from this season, Scott McKenna.
Okay.
Which I think for the games he's played, he's been outstanding. I don't think he's really put a foot wrong. He's been brave. He looks like he's good at going forward as well, which we haven't had that in a centre half for a long time. So yeah, it's been a mixed bag for me. I think Forest are definitely lacking not having supporters in the ground, and obviously when they play away as well, Forest are always the ones that take the most away fans everywhere. And I think they've struggled with not having that, to be fair. So, but it'll be interesting to see when we've got a good pre-season under our belt, just to see what Houghton can do with the squad that we've got and to filter it out and get rid of some dead wood.
Are you a Houghton fan? Are you a Houghton fan, yes or no?
Yeah, I am, yeah. I believe in what he's trying to do, I think that, I know he came in quite early in the season, but we didn't really have a good pre-season. No team did. It wasn't long enough. So I think once he's got that time under his belt, he could really get to see the players that have gone out on loan. Like, for instance, Jordan Gabriel, the right back.
Yeah.
Brennan Johnson, I think he's one that needs to come into the fold now. And another one I put a question mark on was Marcus McGuane. which there's been a lot of hype at Oxford about him,
No,
but nothing really from Forest.
I don't think he'll be at Forest next season.
You don't?
Nah,
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I don't know if you Dylan or Steve. Do you know who he is?
He played for, didn't we sign him from Barcelona or something like that?
Barcelona B, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Some of the clips I've seen him play, he does look good on the ball, but that is League One level. So again, where do you judge it? Yeah.
Mm.
Do you know my worry with Brendan Johnson? Oh, sorry, Ben. My only thing about Brendan Johnson, I just hope that he's not another Tyler Walker.
I think that's one of the questions I'm about to say today, because like I said, the season's over, and now we can rest on our souls now, and let's talk about today's game, and it was another point. Let's say it confirmed his safety, and it was another dull game, and players like Ribeiro come back, and I think to be fair, it was his fault for the first goal. Stephen, do you think Ribero's got a future at Forest now?
No, he looked. I know it's not his fault, but he looked too rusty to me today. His first touch wasn't great. He didn't really beat the man. He got beat by the way. I forgot the players up against him. He skinned him every time, I think. He's not going to be our left back next season. I think it was a case. I think you can just put him in just for the sake of it today. I think because Blackett had a bit of a mare in the last game. No, I don't think Ribeiro will be there next season. I thought he was quite poor. I thought he was quite poor in the last game he played as well. I can't remember what game he played. He had a stinker then. I think his form's gone. I think he's gone next season.
Dylan, like I said, we've got quite a lot of learned players. Like we've got Gardner, Chris there, Knockard. What players would you keep, Dylan, next season?
Try and get Gardner, but I don't think he will. I think he'll end up going to a top team, maybe a lower team in the Premiership. But Knockard, I'm a bit. I don't know if everyone else is the same, but first part of the season, I was like, yeah, all right, fair enough. Get him again in January, and then we signed him in January, and he just, to me, he seems to play when he wants, and you never really get too much of a good game out of him. And then
he did change the game today, mind.
Oh yeah, definite. Yeah. Maybe he's trying. He's realised he's got something to prove. Maybe he's been told he's not going to play at Fulham. Maybe this is the only shot he's got to secure or something like that. Then you've got Christie. I think today's not been his best game, because at times he was giving the ball away, stuff like that. But I think over the season he's come on well. Friedman, I just think he'll go back to Sheffield United.
He was, yeah. After I think, to be fair, it's Knockard. I don't know if you agree. When Knockard come on, I thought he did change the game for a little bit for us. I think that's my opinion. I don't know if you.
He did. Yeah, he did. He did, but he seems to have one of the. I don't know. He's like a player like when we had Lansbury. Seems to turn up in one or two games.
Don't mention Lansbury.
No. But I'm just saying. But the type of player is he'd have a corking game, maybe one or two games, and then all of a sudden disappear. Do you know what I mean? For the next 4 or 5 games, and that's what I feel with Knockard.
Yeah. I think that's why, Dylan. I think Knockard's never played at the top level because he's not consistent enough.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%. Chris, I spoke to Dylan and Stephen about players like Joe Worrell staying at Forest. What's your opinion? Do you think he'll stay at Forest next season?
I really hope he does, because I think obviously he's a product of the academy. I just think he's a brilliant defender, and I think there's sometimes me and my dad go on about this all the time. When players leave Forest, they just go into this pit of no one ever knows them ever again. And I hope that it doesn't happen with Worrell. I just hope that he stays, because I think, one, we need him, and two, like I say, him and Scott McKenna, they play together really well. It's like a partnership that's been going on for 2 years. You know, it's brilliant. I hope he stays. He's a class player, in my opinion.
As I like I said, Forest have confirmed safety today. People, if you've got any questions, put in the link below. Just answer to anyone. As everyone knows, Forest are saved, and we've got a massive game. Well, I wouldn't call it a massive game. We've got Sheffield Wednesday next. This is a question to everyone. As we know, Derby lost again. If there's any Derby fans, don't get upset.
Did they lose?
Yeah, 2-1.
Oh my God, Dylan, where you
Did they
been?
really?
Oh
No. Serious, I was flicking between, but I was flicking between both games.
Dylan, yes.
I'm joking. I had at one point by I think it was 10 minutes to go the Derby game. I was watching Derby and listening to Forest, and I was like, literally.
Yeah. Right. So this question's for everyone. Right. I'll start with you, Chris. Like, we're safe.
Yeah.
We've got Sheffield Wednesday next. Sheffield Wednesday got Derby in the last game. Do you want Sheffield Wednesday to beat Forest? And this is what people in the comments answer this as well. I'll ask Dylan and Stephen as well. But Chris, let me answer you. Do you want Sheffield Wednesday to beat Forest?
To be honest with you, I'd like a little bit of get back on Sheffield Wednesday because of how they beat us last year when they beat us 4-1. Was it last season?
At the City Ground. At the City Ground.
Yeah. And we need to beat them just to get back at them for that, to be honest with you. I personally don't want Derby to go down.
Wait. Let's stop there because that's another question. That's another question I'd like to say as well. Because people, if you want to ask questions, you can put the comments below. You don't want Derby, right? Let me start with Dylan. Dylan, do you want Sheffield Wednesday to beat Forest next season? Next game?
No.
You don't want Sheffield Wednesday?
No. Right. This is. I'm with him as well. Yes, it'll be funny to see him get relegated. Don't get me wrong. I've got Derby. I've got friends who are Derby fans, and I'll talk to them and I laugh at them. But I'll miss the looking in the fixtures for that game. I'll miss the banter of trying to get above them in the table. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But I think they'll go. If Rotherham can do it, but it's one of them. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
So you don't want Derby to go down?
I don't want them to go down, to tell the truth, because I'll miss if the fans are allowed back in the ground. I'm going to miss. Do you know what I mean? We're going to miss them two fixtures. I
get that.
And the only thing is, if they go to League One, and I'm not being funny, they go to League One, they're going to end up having a good season. You're storming it.
Yeah.
So,
Stephen, what about you, Stephen?
Yeah, I'm like Dylan. I think. I don't know. It's so hard. I got a Derby friend who just bombards me with abuse all the time. But I mean, it would be funny if they went down. But then next week, if we're gonna win next week, I'd like us to win like 3-0 then, like spank them, like Chris said, go there and spank them 3-0. And if we like rob them like a 1-0, and then I don't know. If we lose next, as long as Derby loses and we push them into trouble, then maybe it's a benefit. But I just want Forest to win every game, really. So
yeah, same, man.
You know, if we go there and just turn up I don't know. I'm so hit and miss with it. I just can't decide. I can't decide.
Right. So this is my opinion. Right. This is my opinion. Okay. Can you remember, right, when we was in League One? What did Derby fans do? Right, they took the absolutely mick out of us, didn't it? Right? How long was there? Was that was it 3 seasons?
3 seasons, yeah.
Right, it was there for 3 seasons.
And they were in the Premiership for that season.
Right, listen to me, right. Like I know, like I agree with like Dylan. Like I said, it's good to have a good match day. Like everyone always has a buzz. We always look for the first fixture we look at is Derby, home or away, and I don't mind that. But they need League One on the CV. because they need to go down. So that's my opinion. I want them to go down. We'll play them in the cup. We'll play them in the friendlies. We'll beat them again. Because you remember, right? When's the last time they beat us?
1880, wasn't it? No, they haven't beaten us since 2017.
That
4 years ago.
And that was 2-0, wasn't it? Was that Pride
Yeah,
Park?
and the Warburton. Yeah.
For me, I want them to go down. I want them to go down, and that's my opinion. People as well with comments. What do you think? Do you want Derby to go down? Because it'll be for a laugh, for a crack as well. Chris, I spoke to Stephen in the past about what players you think Hooter needs to come in. What players do you think that Hooter needs to bring in?
You hit on something earlier about knockout. And I thought, before January, he's our answer to our right wing problem. And then I watched him come on against Birmingham, and I just thought that he was like a bag of steam. He come on, there was loads of movement, but he did nothing with it. And I thought, is he really the player we need? And I think we should. I don't think we should keep our tabs on him. I think we should try and look for someone else, someone with more energy, but someone who's a little more clinical. Obviously, we've got loads of players out on loan. Brennan Johnson, who naturally he's a left winger by the looks of it. So it's hard to see where he's going to fit in if Alex Martin's going to get more gameplay. So it's going to be a tough one for Houghton, definitely.
Sorry, Chris. Last time Derby beat us was 1,292 days since they beat us. I just thought I'd get out there, Derby fans. If anyone's watching, if you're watching, put a thumbs up, please, because I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Carry on, Chris.
Yeah, it's a bit of. I think recruitment at Forest over the last couple of seasons has been poor. Every season I've been watching, you're on your phone looking at the transfers and you think, oh, he looks like a decent player. And then when we get him, he don't really do anything. I thought that, who was it now? Nicholas Ianu. I quite liked him and I thought he showed some passion.
Who's that?
But
the guy who's gone to Cyprus.
Oh yeah. I don't know why Forrest got rid of him. I liked him.
Yeah, I did. He got that red card and we never saw him again. I liked him. I think like what you said earlier about Ribeiro, I think he's looking at moving away anyway. So just let him go. Bring back Ianu, because you've got Ianu and Blackett as well, who can play on left back now. So I don't think we need to strengthen our defence. We've got, like we said, Jordan Lawrence as well.
Yeah, Jordan
Gabriel. Yeah,
we've got Richardson as well. Where is he? I think he's at Forest Green.
Blackpool.
No, that's Jordan. That's
Gabriel.
Yeah.
That's Jordan Gabriel.
Forest Green, yeah.
And as well, we've got who's the player at Plymouth? Is it Tyrese Frail as well? Centre midfielder. Yeah. He's there as well. So we've got quite a lot of youngsters, and as well, everyone talks about Brennan Johnson as well. Like
Sorry. But the thing is, we've got all these youngsters out on loan at the minute. He's not going to play. He's not going to play all of them. The thing is, all right, we might have a right back out on loan, a centre midfielder, a number 10 out. Do you know what I mean? I think personally, out of all of them, I think Brendan's the only one he's going to take a gamble on.
He's got to. Because
did you know? Well, you might have seen it. Was it 3 weeks ago? He brought him back to Forest for 2 days of training to train with the first team.
Was it?
Yeah. He said it. He spoke to Lincoln and said to him, obviously, if it was all right with them, they said, yeah, for 2 days. And he come back and trained with the first team for 2 days. And he said it was the first time he's seen him, and he was quite impressed with what he was doing. So that tells you.
Yeah, that's promising.
Yeah, and he's already said wheels the other week.
Yeah, and he's already said when he comes back, he better be ready to hit the ground running, because obviously he's going to use him. He's going to use him because there's rumours of him, Premiership teams looking at him for 10 million.
Yeah.
Well, there's a question from Jack, and this is for you all of you. Do you honestly think Forest will get top 6 next season? Let's start with you, Stephen. Do you honestly think Forest will get top 6?
Right. Like Chris said, recruitment's got to be spot on. If we get a spot on with a good pre-season and who can guess his players and gets rid of the deadwood, like we've said many times, I think, yes, we'll get top 6 under Houghton. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Dylan? What about you, Dylan?
Yeah, I'm the same. I think they'll learn from the mistakes of the recruitment of last year. I think, this season, I think the recruitment of this season was a mad rush, because obviously they got a telling off from the owner saying, why didn't we buy all these buy the players to secure the playoffs last season? So I think they just went out for every name under the sun that they could get. That's why we ended up. So like you say, recruitment this season, they'll get it right. They've got to get it right. Do you know what I mean? Quality is better than quantity.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris? Last but not least.
Yeah, I think that it definitely needs 3 players. Right winger, definitely. I'd like to see Lolly come back into the fold, because I think
he's lost it.
You reckon?
Yeah, that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Said that about Ben Watson a few years ago, and then he played out of his skin last season.
Listen, me?
You never know. No, I'm not saying you.
Oh, okay.
But everyone used to write him off, and he come back for that one season. He was the backbone of the season.
I get that, but I just don't think since the lockdown we've not seen the best out of him.
Something happened. Yeah, I don't know if it's injury.
He's had personal problems.
He's had big personal problems as well. So I just don't think like we've got players like Alex Myton, a player that he's done. He's right. Like I'm surprised that he's not got more game time. But I think next season it is his season, or Force will sell him, because you know that we've got to sell one player because of the FFP. So that's another.
I think that's Worrell. That'll be Worrell.
Do you think?
Well, did you hear his interview after the game?
I've heard it. Like he said, I think if no one's seen it, if no one's seen it, basically what Colin Frey said to him, this is not for him. This is for all players. You're going to hear the bigger teams chasing our players like Worrell, Brennan Johnson, Myton. You're going to hear him regardless, because that's what happens and that's what papers do. Right. This is a question for all 3 of you, and as well, people in the comments, if you want to answer this as well. If Forest had to sell one player, who would it be? Let me start with you, Chris. Who would you sell? Like the bright players, because of FFP.
I'd say, I think honestly, Joe Worrell would be a massive loss to lose him.
100%.
And I don't think we'd ever get what we think he's worth. We did the same with Matty Cash, didn't we? We sold him off. He was worth a lot more than what we sold him for. But
only played right back for a year.
Yeah, I know.
So you got £13 million for a player that only played in that position for one season.
Yeah.
You look at it that way.
Well, yeah, true.
Cracking bit of business.
Yeah. It ain't never nice to see him go, though, is it? You know, you big talent. And but, I mean, if there was one to go, I mean, Alex Myton and Brennan Johnson are same sort of position. I like Moyton. We haven't seen anything of Johnson yet. So it would be a toss-up, I think, between the two of them.
Just pick one. Pick one. Pick one.
I'd say Johnson.
Okay. Okay. Dylan?
Just because we've seen Moyton play and we've seen what he can do.
Yeah, but Johnson and Mason are different type of players. That's my opinion. I think there's the two different type of players, and I think with Johnson, like I'll talk about Cavalli later on. Right, I'll say my opinion later on. Right, Dylan, what players would you think that if
who I'd sell?
Yeah, if you was a chairman at Forest and you had to sell a player, who will it be?
Who would I sell? Like you said, Worrell. If we sold him, it'd be a massive miss. But if we could get a decent, if the prices that we've been looking at, people saying 15 mil, maybe. Do you know what I mean? Then I think you get him and probably get another centre back, a bit younger. But the only thing is with Worrell, he's diehard Forest fan, isn't it? So I would probably go through one of the young ones, and I would probably look at Mighton. I don't think you'd get much money for him at the minute.
10 mil. Between 8 and 12. Between 8 and 10.
Nah. He's not done. Yeah, but he's not done anything.
Well, how much did Forest sell? What's his name? Alpi to that Spanish club.
Yeah, but that was a Spanish club.
Yeah, but how much did we sell him for?
8.5 million.
8 million. No, it was 8 million we sold him for. Mighton's been playing games. We'll get at least 10 million for him.
Ollie Burke went for 13 million.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they I don't know. It's just...
how many games? How many games did Oliver Burke play for Forest? He played about. Was it 20 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we sold him for 30. He sold 13 million. I think we sold him for. So I think if that's my.
I'm gonna throw a name up now, which might surprise a lot of you. What I would sell if it meant us keeping Worrell. I would sell Samba.
I knew you was going to say that.
You know what? Because right, but I don't know if you know, because we've been linked with
Henderson,
and he's a good goalkeeper. I think he's
a giant. He's a massive keeper. Yeah. But Ben, you can always pluck a keeper. Like what's that boy from Sheffield Wednesday? I've always been a fan of him. Is it Westwood?
Kevin Westwood.
He is class. He's not playing.
He's not playing.
And Samba was linked with Liverpool last season. So I meant if it meant keeping Worrell, I would sell Samba.
The question from my boy Lenny, Martin's been the best player obviously since season 3 4 hands down. I'm gonna ask you who we know this has been a shocking season for everyone. It's been an awful season for Forest. But if you pick one player, who would you say has been the best player for Forest season? And I'll start with you, Chris. As one comment. Comment below people. Who do you think has been your best player so far for Forest? Go on, Chris.
I'd say it's got to be Worrell because even though we haven't scored many goals, we haven't let many in. So, and he's down to Worrell, and we all know that even though he's not the club captain. Personally, I think that he's the team captain. He's a great leader. So for me, it's Worrell.
Dylan,
best player this season. It's a toss up between Worrell or McKenna. Them two. Like I couldn't pick one or the other because one's always been out and the other one's come in, and the other one's gone out and the other one's come in. And when they've played together, they've always looked solid. So
yeah.
I'm going for 2. I'm being greedy.
Stephen?
Yeah, full house for me. Same as Dylan and Chris, McKenna and Worrell. McKenna was unlucky with injury. I think if McKenna had played every game, I think he would have... I love Worrell, and he's Mr. Forest, but I think McKenna is more consistent than Worrell. I never sense there's a mistake in McKenna. But Worrell... always got that, I don't know, like last season, his derby when that stupid foul that led to their goal. I think Worrell is too passionate sometimes, goes to his head.
Yeah.
And I think there's always a little mistake in Worrell. But McKenna is just Mr. Consistent. He's brave. He never misses a header, never misses a tackle. He always covers the spaces. So I think it's a toss-up between them two, I think.
There's a question I've just seen, and it's regarding Mighton. I know there's a bit of an argument on here, regarding Mighton. Question for people: has anyone seen Mighton run explosion at like a right back or left back? I don't know. Have we seen it yet this season? Dylan, have you seen?
No. He's quick. He's good. That's what I'm saying. This is. I think he's had he's dipped his toes into the team. He plays, and when he does play, he looks. He could do. He just needs a bit more. How can I put it? A bit more mentoring. Do you know what I mean? And I think if he gets that, if he gets another season doing what he's doing now, in and out the team, then I think we'll see. We'll get to see the best of him soon.
Yeah.
Stephen?
Yeah, I think Mighton, if he, depending on what wing he plays on, I think he needs a strong left or right back behind him who can guide him through the game. Because I think he's good at tracking back. Like he tracked back today, didn't he? And he got the tackle in towards the end of the game. Obviously he's still a young boy, so he needs to build his strength up. He'll add more muscle as he gets older. Yeah, he's by far the quickest player in our team. By far. Yeah. He's the only one with a bit of pace. Amiobi's quite quick as well, but Mighton is by far the quickest winger we've got at the club.
Yeah, I know. Now you talk about Abiobi. I've seen a comment about Abiobi. Lennon, shout out to Lennon. He's another YouTuber as well. Right, this is a question for everyone. As you know, it's going to be a massive transfer window. And what 5 players would you get rid of Forest?
Then you're nicking my questions.
Was that your question?
Kind of one of them. I got 2, but that was kind of one.
Right. So people in the comments as well. What 5 players would you get rid of Forest next season? Let me start with you, Dylan. What 5 players would you get rid of?
Well, there's 30 potentially going. So the loan players and the out of contracts.
No, don't class the loan players. Not loan players.
Not loan players.
Forest players,
no,
yeah.
Because they're gone. They're already gone. 5
players I'd get rid of.
Yeah. People as well. Comment. People watching as well. There's 32 people in. Who would you get rid of? 5 players.
Bong.
Bong. Okay.
Bong. Probably one. I'm just trying to think now. Can't think of anyone really.
Come on, 5. There must be 5.
Well, not 5. Without the loan players.
No,
do you know what I mean? You think
there is players.
But you think
Carl Jenkinson, I'd get rid of him.
See,
yeah, even
one of
those. Even Chris knows Dylan. You're shocking, Dylan.
Right, but I'm thinking of players that I see all the time, not the players that.
Right.
But yeah, you've got Heffler. He'll go.
Yeah.
So there's your 3.
Yeah.
Who else?
Just put some comments up as well. Murray, okay.
Yeah, that Bashiru, he'll go.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't think Arthur will. And
don't you think?
Arthur's got a lot of groveling to do, I think, though.
Yeah, he has. He's got a lot of sorries. He needs to say.
I see someone's put Cole back. No chance. He's Mr. Consistent. He is.
Mr.
Consistent, man. You can always guarantee if there's anyone to get consistency, man. Gets a yellow card every time he's on. That's consistency in my eyes.
Quick, right. Stephen, have you said your 5 players?
Yeah.
Chris, who's your 5 players?
I'm gonna write them down.
Ribeiro, because I just think he's lost interest. Jenkinson, Efele, that Bashiru and Bong.
Okay.
Definite.
Right. Does someone disagrees about Colback?
I know. I've just seen it. Yeah, but you can't come on here and have this talk without talking about Colback. But I think personally, you've heard this here first. I think he's going to do something next season.
Right. So
Right.
this is my.
Hang on. So, go on, Ben.
Okay. No, go. Before I say my
Right.
5.
Dylan, if Forest get promoted next season, you would have come on the show with a ginger wig.
With a ginger
with
wig?
with a curly ginger wig, like Colback's hair.
Yeah, all right, well. I've got a ginger beard, so I can just grow that out and put the wig on. That's fine, mate.
So you hear it first. If Forest get promoted next season, Dylan's going to wear a ginger wig. Or dye his hair ginger. Yeah?
No, I'm not dyeing it ginger. You mad?
Yeah. Right.
Spray it.
My 5 players that I'll get rid of Forest. Not just who I think I think they should. So definitely Jenkinson. That's definitely number 1. We know Hefner's gone. I'm not going to class Hefner. He's definitely gone out of the free window.
Yeah, I'm not counting Effler.
He's still in the squad.
Nah, he's gone. He's gone. Harry Arter. I wish I just wish he could stay at Forest because he's experienced. Like clearly, you mentioned about Ben Watson. Like people used to say, he's not good enough, blah blah. But I think he's definitely gone. I saw like Abiobi as well.
Too injury prone.
I like Abiobi. Like I saw a comment like Lennon. I'm a fan of Abiobi because he under Lamucci he won his games, so I definitely won it. My 4th one is Jack Colback. Definitely Jack Colback because I wasn't a fan of him when he came to Forest. Too many yellow cards.
Consistent.
15 yellow cards. 15 yellow cards. Not a fan.
Yeah, more than goals they've got.
And one more, and this will cause a stir. But me personally, Lewis Grabban. Time to go.
He won't go.
Time to go because I'm just not like yes he scored today, but that's what he does. That's what he's a striking good. But how many goals is it? 5 goals in the whole season.
6 goals today, no?
6 goals today. Not for me. And that's my opinion. If people disagree with me, that's fine. I'm not going to disagree. Get hated with it, but that's my 5. That's just what I say.
He won't go. He won't go.
My 5 are Ribeiro, Jenkinson, Lewis Grabban, that Basharu, and Sambasau.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
He's too injury prone, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%. But like, this is the thing, right? I just said Grabban is. Yeah, I personally think Grabban that, but there's a question just come in from Jack again. What striker would you bring in?
See, people are nicking my questions.
I've got one.
Right. So let me ask you, Chris, what striker would you bring in?
I know there's been a little bit of hype about that guy from Blackpool, Yates.
Yates.
I haven't seen much of him, but if he's better than Grabban, then go for it because you're going to get him cheap as well. So, cheapish.
There's another player from Plymouth. There's another player from Plymouth as well. Is it Jeb Cott?
Jeb Cott, yeah.
He's definitely a player that he's been there. But yeah, that's me. Dylan, what player would you bring in?
There's one player, and I'll see what people think to this. On a free transfer that we sold for 15 million.
Dylan, stop licking my car.
For frigs.
I know he's
Why not?
This is my question.
Why
I know
not? He's free. He's free, and he can do it.
Okay. Let people in the comments. It's free people in. Would you bring Britt Jabalonga back? How old is it?
28.
Bloody hell,
28, yeah.
Like people in the comments.
28.
Would you bring Britt Jabalonga back in, and why?
I'd play him. Do you know who I'd play him with? I was playing with Grabban up front.
No.
Yeah. I tell you now, mark my words, Grabban will not leave.
He's not me.
Do you know,
No,
before you all said about Asan Balonga, I'd written it down earlier on with a question mark of what you all thought about it.
That was my question. Would you bring Britt back?
Yeah.
Ben. If Britt now walked into the City ground, would you accept him? Would you just go, yes, welcome back? If he was just given a free, like Dylan said, a free, would you have him back?
Right. This is my opinion, right? Because I back this right. There's only one player that I disagree that's come back, and that was Jack Colback. And if you're watching Matt, I'm sorry, but I'm just not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of Jack Colback. But if Britt come, why not? Why not? Because like I said, did he have to go? Did he have to leave Forest? Did he have to leave because of
the money offer? We couldn't turn it down, would we?
He wanted a Premiership, didn't he? And he thought he was going to get Premiership with Middlesbrough quicker than he was Forest.
Did you see the interview they released today? Did you see the interview about Sambalonga, what he said about Forest?
No.
Oh, yeah, I think I did.
They asked him about his time, and he loved it at Forest. He mentioned the goal against Derby. He mentioned the 3-0 win against Ipswich. He's saying good things about Forest. It's not like he's saying he had an awful time. I think he went for the money, clearly, but you know what I mean? Players do that. But he's saying good things about Forest, so his heart might be still there.
Zambalonga, I don't...
Why not? Why not, though? He never put
I would take him on a free.
He never did it. Yeah.
No. Right. Listen, he never did nothing wrong. But I want a player that is young and hungry because.
Why? Why though?
I don't know.
I go one player. I think we should snap up.
Oh.
The number 9 for Wickham.
Who's that?
I forgot his name. The number 9 for Wickham. He's strong. He's athletic. He's powerful. A Penza or something. His name is
the guy that I think
he is an absolute animal. I would. I'm not sure his age though. I don't know if he's young. I don't know.
I think it was the first 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes he played against Forest, he hammered us, didn't he? Absolutely hammered us. I think he'd be more of a backup. But
there's another little player I like from Coventry as well, O'Hare, midfielder. He's a good player. That's another player I would sniff around as well. Again, these players might be a bit of bob, but if we sell like a Sambra Worrell, I think they're the kind of players we need.
I think with again Britt, I don't know. Like, don't wrong. He's got a good record in the Championship, but I personally think he was good at Forest when Antonio was there. Because Antonio
got injured, mind. He was unlucky. Like with the Dougie Friedman season, I think if Friedman had a fully fit Britt, I think Friedman could have done something that season. But when he done his knee, I think we just lost all our firepower then, which went against Friedman.
Dylan, this is a question for you, Dylan. Dylan, would you rather sign another 31-year-old striker and let him do nothing?
Yeah, but I can see where they're coming from, pure and simple. But I'm not saying sign him and then pin our ropes on everything. I'm just saying he's free. He's free of charge. He's nothing. All you got to pay him is his wages and his sign-on bonus. Do you know what I mean? So for free, do you know what I mean? If you sign him to a 2-year deal and he gets us 10 goals, with obviously Forest are going to go out, and if they keep grabbing, which I believe they will.
No, not me. People in the comments, would you keep grabbing? In the comments, yes or no? Listen to me,
but
right?
They're going to spend money on a striker regardless. If he goes, they are going to spend serious money on a striker, because Houghton, for the last 3-4 weeks in his interviews, all he said is putting the ball in the back of the net. So he knows full well that he needs a top striker. So if he kept grabbing and then played a Sambalonga with him, why not? Do you know what I mean?
Chris, would you keep him? Chris, would you keep him? Would you keep grabbing? Yes or no?
I would do if we had someone who, like you say with Arsene Belonga, if there's someone up there that's feeding him balls for 90 minutes, on his day, grab and he'll put anything away. But I think this season you can tell he's just been up there on his own. So
there's quite comments. People saying yes, people saying no, people saying like he's lazy as well. And that's another player that we've not spoken about, like Taylor, and we've got Taylor and Murray. Like, do you think we'll keep them players next season?
Murray won't.
I don't understand Murray. Like again,
Murray was brought in to do a job at the time. He wants to go back. He wants to go back down south. That's where his family is. He's already said that. He only come here to help. Yeah, to help Chris Hughton out. That was it. And he says his family's down south, so he wants down there.
Okay. What about Taylor? Do you think Taylor could be with us next season? And the worst thing about it, we've not even seen him play in the flesh, and I think that's a bit sad. But I like him.
I think Taylor would benefit, like Chris said in the beginning, with fans. I think Taylor works off fans. I think he's that kind of character. I think if the Forest fans are behind him, and I don't know, I think he will play up to the crowd. I think he's a wind-up merchant. So in away games, he can wind up the opposition fans. I think that's what I think. He's one of them players who feeds off the crowd.
Right. The question I want to ask for Chris, I think I've asked. I might ask you today and Stephen already, but if I've not, you can come in. Right, Chris. I don't know if you've seen this on social media regarding Carvalho. Are you a fan of him, and would you bring him back to Forest next season?
When I first saw him, I thought he was electric. Honestly, I thought there were just little moments of magic that he did. We looked like a different team when he was playing, and then he just sort of seemed to go off the boil a bit. But that seemed to have started when Martin O'Neill took over, and he dropped him, and he dropped Graben as well. And I just thought he lost his confidence and never found his way back again. So
wait. Chris, can I say something now? Let me disagree with you on this one. Carvalho, like when under Martin O'Neill, he played his best game, didn't he? If you remember.
Yeah.
I think it was the last 4 games. I think he played good against Middlesbrough. He played good against QPR. I think it was the last game of the season. People blame Martin O'Neill. People blame Martin O'Neill about Carvalho. I don't think it was his fault. Look at Lamucci. Like, what did he do under Lamucci?
Well, nothing. Did he?
He didn't do nothing. Like, to be fair, he had his injury. I think he started the season. He got injured. He come back against Derby, scored, and then he was coming in and out of the team.
Yeah.
And when he did start for Forest, and Forest fans will remember. Can you remember we got slaughtered against Sheffield Wednesday, 4-1?
Yeah.
For the first half. We got battered against Millwall. Can you remember that Charlton game?
Yes,
yeah. Can you remember that Charlton game?
Yeah.
When we lost 1-0, he started him against Charlton, and what did he do? Nothing. And people, and I don't know if Forest fans, do you know what's he doing in Spain? Answer that question.
Nothing much.
He's not doing nothing. People say like, oh, him and Graben together. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Them two were fantastic together under the cranky season. But I just don't think he's the man to thinking next season could be our season. Because the younger fans won't know. The last 23 years, we keep saying it's our year, and we can't keep saying that. And when we've got players like relying on, no offense to Brendan Johnson, he's ripping up in League One. He's ripping up. But are we going to rely on him next season to get Forest up? That's the biggest question. Like, I think Houghton will bring in experienced players in, but it's a player. I don't think Carvalho is the man. That's me. But What's your lot's opinion? Like, do you think it could be Forest season next season? What does he need to do, Stephen?
Well, it could be.
No, sorry, Dan, go on, Dale. Oh, wait, Dale. Go on, Dylan.
I know what you're saying, but it could be the manager as well. You know what I mean? He could come back in pre-season. Chris Hughton looks at him, thinks, well, do you know what I mean? It's we all pick on these individual players, but you've got to realise that the whole team has played bad this season, regardless
100%.
of who's been the best. So if your players around you are playing well, makes you play well. So maybe Chris Hughton hasn't seen Carvalho yet, sees him in the flesh, and he might think, well, do you know what I mean? That is what you do, so I will use that with other players around you. Do you know what I mean? He may bring a couple of players in that play around him that make him look better. Do you know what I mean? They do that in some teams where some players have played at one team and have been absolutely dog crap, gone to another team and smashed it up. Do you know what I mean? Because I believe it's the manager, how they play them and what they play, use what they're good at. Do you know what I mean? And the players around them as well. So do you know what I mean? You can't have one player. Yes, all right, he cost all the money he did, but because he costs that money, it doesn't mean he's going to be able to run through the team and be the star player all the time if everyone around him's playing shit. Sorry for the swearing, but
okay.
do you know what I mean? But if he's passing a crisp ball to someone, but someone can't take it, or someone who's passing him a ball can't pass the ball properly, everyone's going to get on his back, aren't they? So I think it's a bit. We haven't seen him under Chris Hughton yet.
Steve, Chris, what do you think?
At the time, I said to my dad, we're watching Carvalho, and I said, he's too good for Forest, Carvalho is. He's too advanced, too skillful. That's what I said to him. Because he was pulling these back heels out and these fast passes, and the players that was around him at the time were like, they didn't even see it coming. And I thought, he's just too advanced for the team. But I think with Chris Hughton's guidance and some decent players around him, it could be that little magic spark that we need.
Yeah, but he's done nothing in Spain. That's my point. He's not done.
Yeah, but he might be playing with crap players. Might be playing. Do you know what I mean? He's not gone to a really good Spanish team, has it?
The league is. Go on, man.
Let me flip it right. So if he was that good, how comes no one from a better Spanish club like a Liga side have not got him? Why do it have to be a Liga 2 if he's that good? If he's advanced, like I remember, I think he was at Forest. I remember the FA Cup game against Chelsea. Like the Premiership's fast. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing against Arsenal. He didn't do nothing against Chelsea. I just don't think. I don't think he's that man to that next level for Forest. But that's me. That's my opinion. And right. This is a question, right? Who would you put as number 10? Carvalho or Johnson? People in the comments, what do you think? Stephen, who would you put as number 10? Carvalho or Johnson?
Well, on current form, we'd have to pick Johnson. But with how old is Johnson now? 19, 20, is he?
19, yeah.
That's a lot of pressure on a 19-year-old to take a club like us and say to him, look, take us to that next level. And like Dylan just said about Carvalho, I think if you're going to put the pressure on a Johnson, you need players around him. And this is why I think we've missed players like Ben Watson. You need them experienced players around him to guide him, because that's a lot of pressure to put on a young kid's head.
There's a question here. There's a question here. Like, does Carvalho earn that chance? And he's not even hardly played in Spain.
My opinions on Carvalho is, I love to know, is he the league underneath La Liga? Is he?
Yeah.
What's the standard in that league? That's what I like to know.
It's worse than
Championship. Does anyone know?
It's worse than Championship.
What I expect from Carvalho, the only way he's going to take us to that next level, the game against Middlesbrough when he tore him apart, right? That one game, he has to perform like that every other game. But has he got it in him? I don't think he has. That's the only way he's going to do it. I think when he came on against QPR, when we went 4-0, was it, away? Then is it the kind of games where he plays with no pressure and he just runs the show? But I think when it comes to the crunch, I don't think he can cut it.
What about you, Chris? Do you spoke about I keep repeating it. He's not done enough in Spain, and he hasn't. And far as I understand the younger fans. We're the older lot. The younger fans, they want to see an excitement Forest player in that side, but we all want Forest in the Premiership. And with him, he's got to be constant good throughout the season. You're gonna have you're gonna have a few games that's bad, but I don't think Carvalho's the man. I just don't think he's the man for the Forest. Like, what's your opinion on everything, Chris?
Well, I thought when sort of Lamucci took over, I thought we were sort of playing like a very direct sort of style football, which wouldn't have suited Carvalho anyway. But personally, I think Chris Hughton needs to get him in, have a look at him, and then make a decision. And if he thinks no, he ain't going to fit into the team, then just try and sell him. Try and sell him on back to Portugal or to Spain or someone.
Well, can I just put in? There's been some breaking news regarding English, about racist and all that. Forest put a statement out saying English football announced social media boycott. English football has united for social media boycott from Friday the 13th of April to Monday the 3rd of May in response of ongoing abuse receiving online to players and mainly other connection of football. What do you think of that?
Was it all teams there, Ben?
All teams.
So nothing's going to be posted from any football team about anything. Is that what's happening?
That's what's happening. Well, what's your last view about it? As a black man, okay? It's not going to stop.
No,
it's never going to stop. It will never stop. We can boycott for the whole week. I remember Swansea done it. Swansea didn't play for how long was it? How long was it?
A couple of days. Yeah, it was about 4 or 5 days, I think.
Abuse, racist will never stop. We're in the culture now, or people can see what they want online, and but
it's all about education, Ben.
What's your opinion? Dylan, let's start you, Dylan. What's your opinion on that? Before that statement.
On that statement, well, they're obviously trying to make a stance in the whole football community, which is right because, like you say, some of the trash that's talked on Twitter, Facebook about, do you know what I mean? Like you said, that anyone can say anything they want about someone's race. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Simple. That's not about the game. At the end of the day, we're talking about football. Football's just the same game, regardless. Do you know what I mean? I think if that's what they want to do, if that's what they've got to do, then do you know what I mean? To try and make a stand.
What about you, Chris?
I think a lot of it seems to be Twitter, on it, and Facebook. And if a player puts something like a post up, they'll get like abused. I mean, it can be race and it can be personal issues as well. So I think if sort of players stop putting like personal messages on Twitter and Facebook and things like that and boycott it that way, I think that's a good idea.
But you listen to it. But listen, right? They're trying to my look on it. They can boycott it, and then I'll give you an example. Forest could lose to, I don't know, if Forest got battered to Sheffield Wednesday like 6-0. There's going to be someone who's still going to say something about a Forest player.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's going to happen, like I just don't. Right.
And a lot of them pretend to be the fan of that club.
Yeah.
And to try and I support for it, but they could be like a rival, like a Derby or Leicester fan, just trying to put a bad name on a Forest fan. Because I remember, do you remember the Cardiff City player who died in a plane crash?
Yeah.
Now they were Swansea, they were Cardiff fans who were pretending to be Swansea fans online and throwing abuse. So to try and you know what I mean? So people can be whoever they want online. That's the danger of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like I said, we've had the BLM for the whole season, and has that worked?
No,
not at all. Like I said, I've been abused online, but has anything happened about that? No. So
like you said, Ben, it'll never go away. It'll never go away.
It'll never go away. Right, we're back to football. We'll say one more thing before we do. We've been here for quite long, nearly an hour. It's been mad. Again, I'll start with you, Chris. Do you think Forest need to get promoted next season? That's the main aim. Like, it's Hooton. Like, as everyone knows, Hooton. Me personally, I think anyone can be Forest manager, and they're always going to be under pressure, regardless. Hooton, he needs to buy good, and he needs to get Forest promoted. But what's your opinion, Chris? Do you think he needs to get Forest like Premiership after 23 years?
I mean, I don't look at sort of 20. I don't look at time as being a factor in anything when it comes to like promotion. I don't want to be one of these teams like West Brom that just keep going up and down. I think if you're going to build a team, do it properly and you stay up, because Leeds have done it. You know, they're playing some pretty decent stuff. I know they weren't out the top flight as long as what we were, but they bided the time. And I think they're sort of, if we stick with Houghton, I think if we can try and get top 6 next season, then that'll be a bonus. But I don't think it's, if we can.
Yeah, but do you think top 6 is good enough? Because he's going to be under pressure. He's going to be so much pressure, and Forest fans are fickle sometimes, and that's what the frustrating bit about it. All Forest fans are. I am. Everyone's fickle, but it's just too much pressure for me, and I've got no expectations for Forest next season. Like, because it's been 23 years of it now, but yeah. What about you, Dylan? Oh, sorry, Chris. Go on, Chris. Come on.
Yeah, I think if we're going to do it, we've got to storm it and win it top 2 and not playoffs, because I just think we're terrible in the playoffs. So if he's going to do it, like I said earlier, the recruitment's got to be bang on, and there's got to be a lot of deadwood sold out the team. So,
100%. What about you, Dylan?
I think, like you say, I think we should have no pressure. Do you know what I mean? I think, yes, everyone's thinking about what he's done in the past, what he's done everywhere else, saved teams, got them promoted, stuff like that. Me personally, I think top 6, if we can get into the top 6, that'll be bonus. Anything could be better than the way we've been this season at the minute. But, do you know what I mean? We've been 23 years at the, like you say, 23 years at the Premiership. I remember being there.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't got no divine right. No, but we ain't got no divine right to say we don't. Simple as. But surely there's someone along the line. Yes, we've got an experienced manager, so we're one step closer. Now it's the rest of them, like you say, the recruitment, the stuff like that. Looking at the other teams, how they got promoted. Do you know what I mean? If it means going out to spend 10 million, maybe 10 million just on one striker to get you the goals. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's where it is.
Before I get to you, Stephen, I've got Swansea away day. Reece, hush your gums. Swansea need to beat Derby next week. If they don't, I'm going for your neck. They need to beat them. Stephen, what's your opinion on before we leave?
Yeah, so I'd be quite happy if you go by Houghton's track record. I'd be quite happy if he gets us up next season. be in top 2 or playoffs. I'd be quite happy then to take 1 or 2 years as finishing 15th or 16th like you did with Brighton. And then when his football gets a bit stale, we can get someone else in. Maybe like Chris said earlier, I don't want to be a Norwich or a West Brom and go up and down. But if that meant us getting a few seasons here and there in the Premier League, I'll take it. But I'd like us to get promoted and establish ourselves in the Premiership now. I think it's getting tedious now. It's been too long. Like I spoke to a Newcastle fan earlier. I bumped into him, and he said, "You boys been out in the Premiership too long now. It's just too long. It's 23 years.
23 years.
It's
way too long.
Quarter of a century. It's getting too tedious now. We need to see Premiership football back in the City Ground. We need to see United, Arsenal, the Chelseas. Now we can, because the Super League's fallen through, thank God. But we need to see them big teams back at the City Ground, filling out the City Ground, going away. Like, Ben, you'd be going to Old Trafford again and all these stadiums, That'd be good for your viewing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. I would happily take. And, do you know what? I said on the other podcast of the week, if we play boring football next year, I don't care, as long as we get promoted.
That's my point.
I just want to go up. Yeah.
There's one. Sorry, can I just? I think there's one team in the Premiership that Forest should look at the model of, and they're only down the A4. No, they're only down the A. No, they're only down the A46. Leicester. Because at the end of the day, whatever, they're only down the road and they're classed as one of our rivals. But at the end of the day, they went from the Premiership to the Championship to League One and rebuilt again. Look at them now.
Yeah. Dylan, the thing about Leicester, they've got fantastic owners.
Yeah, but
that's the difference, because they've got owners. Like they don't own. I think no. What? Tell you, don't they own other clubs as well?
No,
abroad, is it? Yeah,
they do.
So.
They do. They own. People in the comments. What other teams was that? Leicester. I think before he passed away, he owned 2 different clubs. I'm sure he did.
But I'm just as well saying.
Yeah, sorry. Can I just say one point as well? What frustrates me as well, and the Leicester point, and Norwich, you got teams like Leicester, right? They had players like Mahrez, right, in the Championship, who they brought for pennies.
Yeah.
Norwich signed Pukki on a free. These players took these teams to the next level, and we can't seem to find. We went out and spent 30 million on Cavallo and thought he gets promoted. We don't seem to pluck these players for next to nothing, and just all of a sudden we look at them going, "Wow, this guy was on a free," and then we think, take us to the Premier League. We don't. Why can't we seem to get these players, but these other clubs do? That's why. And like Chris Wood at Burnley and players like that. You know what I mean? They seem to get these players to take them to the Premier League, and we don't seem to sign these players. We don't seem to find them. Our recruitment has been shocking.
Right. Last but not least, like I said, we've got Sheffield Wednesday next, and as everyone knows, like they need to win. They've got, I think it's Forest, and they got Derby. I think I've actually people in the comments. Do you want Sheffield Wednesday to beat Forest next season? Quick question. I'll start with you, Stephen. Do you want Wednesday to beat Forest?
Right. I got a bit of a sad note. One of my friends from school, who's a Sheffield Wednesday fan, sadly passed away a few weeks ago.
Okay.
He was a friend of mine in school. We had a close connection in school with football. So through him just passing away, his funeral was last week, I personally like to see Sheffield Wednesday stay up in his memory. So I think, just for that little side note, and he was a good friend of mine around town and stuff, so top of football and the bookies and so on. So I think, for emotional side, I think I like to see Sheffield Wednesday. I don't mind Sheffield Wednesday as well. They're better than Sheffield United. I can't stand them. Yeah. But yeah, for that reason alone, I think, emotionally, do you know what? If we lose next week, we're safe. So, yeah, go on that basis, I think,
Dylan?
Give it to Sheffield Wednesday.
Dylan?
I want Forest to win. Simple. Do you know what I mean? It's all about. All right, I know it does them a favour, but why? Because we're safe, it doesn't mean that we can just drop our standards now. Do you know what I mean? Maybe, but you'll know full well when you see that team selection at 2:00 which way they're going. If we see a Jenkins in there, we see a Taylor in there, we see well, like the team, basically the team that played against Swansea in the cup and we got battered.
Yeah.
If we see a team like that, we know which way they're going.
100%. 100%. Before I ask you, Chris, that's the other team he owns. Is it Levine from Belgium? That's the other team that the Leicester owner.
Our owner owns Olympiacos. And they're in the Champions League.
Yeah, but the difference. The difference is, Mark Raquez, that Olympiacos is his baby.
Of course it is.
He's paying more attention, and the Leicester owner has paid more attention to Leicester.
Well, yeah, because they're in the high. They could get to the higher league.
Well, they won the Premier League, didn't they? So,
well, exactly.
I don't care.
You think when if Forest, when they do, because they will do, when they eventually cross that threshold into the Premiership, I think you'll see the owner and a lot of things happen at the club a bit better. Do you know what I mean? A bit more.
Well, I think more money then, wouldn't he?
Yeah, better recruitment, better this, better that.
Chris, last but not least, you're a Forest fan or Sheffield Wednesday fan next week?
It's got to be Forest. My ex-boss used to be a Sheffield Wednesday fan, and we need to get revenge for that 4-1 defeat. So, yeah, we've got to beat them.
What I would say though, I'm not a Forest win. I'm not going to be all thing. I said as a side note, I wouldn't begrudge Sheffield Wednesday staying up over Derby. But if Forest win, I'd be still happy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If I had to choose out of two, obviously I still want to win. But if I had to choose out of Sheffield Wednesday staying up or Derby staying up, I'd choose Sheffield Wednesday to stay up.
Because the only reason I want Sheffield Wednesday to stay up because I like Sheffield. I like going to Sheffield Wednesday because we are going to Sheffield anyway to play Sheffield United. But going to Sheffield Wednesday, it's a bonus for me going there. It's a nice place to go if I'm honest. But I still want Derby down, regardless of what everyone says. I want them down. I hate the need to go to League One because I'm sick and tired of them piping up on social media. But lads, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Ben, sorry, quick one. If Derby go down, can you get Lisa on the show?
Oh, 100%.
I want to be on that one.
Can we all bombard it? Can we just get like a Zoom chat going? Get like 50 people. Just her.
Lisa, if you're watching, you can come on when Derby get relegated. Like, if people follow on social media, she's already agreed to saying that Derby will go down. She thinks Derby will go down. Personally, I want them to go down, but I've got a bad feeling Rotherham will mess up.
Oh, they got a tough run in Rotherham.
They've got a tough record, and
they got 6 games left, haven't they?
No,
4. Well, they've got to basically win. If they can win 2 of them games out of the 4,
they've got a hard run in mind.
They've got the 2 games in hand. They've got Luton,
Brentford,
and Brentford.
Brentford's on Tuesday, isn't it? Wednesday.
They've got three out of the 4 away, I think.
Yeah, I think they'll beat Luton. And they got Blackburn as well. Got Luton and Blackburn.
Right. I think they got Middlesbrough, I think, as well.
No, they played Middlesbrough today.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry.
After today, so I want Derby down, regardless of what everyone says, because the need, and at the same time, I will miss the East Midlands Derby, especially going away, because I love the away days at Derby away. But it's what it is.
Do you know what'd be funny next season though? If we get promoted to the Premier League and Derby get promoted to the Championship, I'll take that.
Exactly. I'll take that as well.
Yeah.
But people, I'll let you go. It's been a pleasure. Chris, thank you very much for coming on my channel as well.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, yeah, it's been a pleasure. Dylan and Stephen, thank you very much again for coming on. People, if you did enjoy this, please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. I've got the preview against Sheffield Wednesday. That's Friday with Jake, so that's gonna be interesting. But hopefully, I like I said, I want Sheffield Wednesday to beat Forest. I don't know why.
If they start Jordan Rhodes, right? If they start Jordan Rhodes next Saturday, they'll win because he always scores against us.
Yeah, he does.
He always got him. Is it him? And don't Colin Wickham play for them?
No, didn't he go back to Palace, or he might be on loan at them?
He went back to Palace, didn't he?
Well, let's put it this way: if Wednesday go down, we should get Jordan Rhodes.
I would sign Adam Reach as well.
Good player. I like him.
He scores some screamers. He does. Yeah,
I like him. But yeah, people, I'll let you go. But thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Like I said, hit the subscribe button if you want to know. Like as well. And I'll see everyone on Friday for the Sheffield Wednesday preview on Friday. But lads, thank you very much, lads. And I'll speak to you soon. Up the Forest.
Okay.
we're safe.
See ya.
Bye.